Okay, Rock Slide's fine. Unless you crit, are you kidding me? YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team was created by the one and only Aaron CybertronVGC's, who used it to get top 8 at the recent Salt Lake City Regional Championship. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. But Choice Scarf, Groudon, 3 support Pokemon, and then Solgaleo alongside a Life from Charizard. So a lot of support, but a lot of offensive power as well. If you do want to check out Aaron's team report, I will link it down below in the description, as well as the details of the team and of course Aaron's channel. Go check him out if you don't know who he is, but I imagine most of you do. And of course, why not try out the rental code on your screen available right here. But let's get started and play some games. Calyx, Ice Rider, Solgaleo, Galarian Moltres, Incineroar, Gastrodon, and Rotom Heat. This is definitely an interesting team to say the least, because Calyx, Ice Rider, Solgaleo is not a pairing I would say would be very common, although there is a Pokemon that this duo does not like, and that is called the Charizard right here. Charizard does threaten quite a bit from this team, so I do really like Charizard in this matchup. Indeedee, of course, can really help out with the support. Groudon is fantastic. My own Solgaleo is actually pretty good too. I just gotta watch out for their Rotom, because Rotom is probably the scariest mon here. I think just leading the Charizard plus the Groudon is pretty safe for the most part. The damage that I can accomplish with the Charizard Dynamax is really good. And Groudon, I just lead it for the Sun. I don't really think I need Whimsicott in this matchup, so I don't think I would bring it. I think Solgaleo is definitely being brought here, and I think Indeedee just for the redirection is really nice here. It's just interesting because, I mean, I don't know what tricks my opponent has up their sleeve. I don't know who would have the policy on this team, because I could see policy on either the Calyx or the Solgaleo. I just can't figure out like what the items are here. I could have also tried to set up a Bulldoze strat myself and went for a Max Lightning into like a Moltres or something, but I feel like the Charizard Dynamax is just stronger in this matchup in general, and the Solgaleo, which has to play around the Gastrodon potentially and some other options. So we're gonna see Incineroar and Rotom Heat. Okay, that is all right for me, as I do lead my Groudon and my Charizard right here, and I have a few options that I can go for. I can go for a Rockfall and an Indeedee swap. I could just fire off a Precipice Blades, which I am kind of considering, because do I really need to take the swap? I don't think I do. And again, Charizard just is a Pokemon that will do so much damage in general right here, and I like the Rockfall option a lot. It's just, what do I want to actually take the KO here or not? Because I could also take a KO on potentially, like, I could also go for the KO here into the Incineroar potentially too, and that would be really nice. Oh, this is concerning. I think I'm gonna go for the Rockfall here into what do I want to open up the door for? I feel like Incineroar, because I think Rotom Heat is so valuable that they might just try to parting shot with the Incin turn 1, and I think I'm gonna go hard into Indeedee right here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the play turn 1. I think KOing the Incineroar, so I don't have to worry about parting shot going out into my Charizard. Granted, I could protect, but the problem is if they max lightning with Rotom, I really don't like that damage to protect. I think it would really hurt me here. If I change my weather, that's okay, because I can switch out into Groudon once again, or I could go for Helping Hand to make up the damage output. I do think that the Rotom should probably protect. Max Guard is also a potential option here. I do think the Incineroar is going to try to party shot out my Groudon, or go for a Snarl if they have Snarl. But yeah, this is definitely a concerning one. I could have also seen them potentially switching out Rotom Heat into like the Solgaleo, because I think they have to kind of go aggressive in this Charizard matchup, because their team hates Charizard. And I don't think Electric Move is going to KO here. Unless, are they Scarf? No, they're not Scarf. Rockfall's going to come out. Okay, so they don't Dynamax at all. Is this Eerie Impulse? Eerie Impulse is kind of okay, I think. I get a knockout turn 1 on the Incineroar, which is huge. Okay, goodbye Incineroar. So don't have to worry about that. Airstream could have KO'd, but I don't want to risk the Incineroar being a Solvest Snarl on this team. We're going to see a Will-O-Wisp just come out from the Rotom into the Groudon turn 1. So I wonder if they thought they were just safe against the Charizard, but if it's just Will-O-Wisp Rotom Heat, I'm not really too worried, because that means its damage output shouldn't be amazing. It's not Safety Goggles on the Rotom Heat. I wonder what item it is. Maybe it's just a berry? I would imagine Safety Goggles for the Calyx Ice Rider teams. Let's find out. But then again, their matchup against Calyx Ice Rider is pretty good. I think with their own Ice Rider plus Solgaleo, it's probably pretty solid. Let's figure out what they're bringing out next, because something is taking a Charizard attack here. Unless I do want to fire off against the Rotom Heat, but I just feel like I have no reason to really. If it's just gonna stay there and just wisp, I mean, Charizard's just gonna knock out their entire team and then can focus down the Rotom. Rotom can't one-shot Charizard without like a boosting item. And I don't think that's gonna be the case on this team either. I could also Helping Hand. Solgaleo is going to come out. Do I want a Helping Hand Wildfire, or do I want to go for... I think I just Helping Hand Wildfire right here. Or I could Follow Me. Follow Me is also not a bad option. I'm pretty sure what does more damage is switching hard into Groudon right here, because the getting the Sun Up for the fire boost, as well as the... Yeah, I think just getting the fire boost and the solar power just stacks up more than Helping Hand here, so I might as well just go back into Groudon right here and threaten a Wildfire, and then next turn I can also threaten a Rockfall at the same time. Let's find out. Is this ally switch Rotom Heat? I should have suspected something. Okay, all right, that explains quite a bit. I am able to get a Wildfire off into Rotom, and you see how crazy this art is, like in general. Like, this Pokemon's absolutely insane. It does have a berry, okay, which is actually kind of helpful. All right. Trick Room? Should be Trick Room. Yeah, okay. Trick Room does come out. All right, that makes sense. That's a little bit awkward. Still very doable, though. Wildfire Chip is going to add up against their team over time. All right. I think this play, I want to max guard here with the Charizard, and I think I want to hard swap to Indeedee, or I could go into my own soul, but it's probably Wisp coming out to the Groudon slot, and the Solgaleo probably going to go for a rock move here, I'd imagine. So this isn't exactly the, like, last turn wasn't exactly the best. I don't think this is too bad, as long as they don't hard swap to Calyx. If they go hard into Calyx, this game gets a lot trickier, because switching into Calyx isn't exactly the best here. However, I still believe that Charizard has pretty much the tools to sweep. The Rotom, I think, is very unlikely to Dynamax for the rest of the game, which is really nice here. We are going to see a Dynamax come out. I imagine this is Soul here. I'd imagine this is going to be like a Rockfall into Charizard and a Will-O-Wisp into Groudon, trying to activate a policy. And next turn, I can go for Follow Me Heat Wave, avoid the ally switch, and this is kind of the position I wanted here. So Soul is going to come out. Let's find out. We also have to live a Thunderbolt, I guess, which I think we can with Charizard. Thunderbolt is going to come out of Charizard. Is this a double up, or is this a Steel Spike? Ooh, Quake. That's kind of concerning, but it's okay. Okay, we're good. Ooh. Or are we? That is a good question. Because now that the Quake is up, the damage output is still going to be pretty... I guess this is still not exactly the best position. I mean, there's 3 turns of Trick Room left that I can stall out. I think my best play here is to go Soul and protect the Indeedee. Yeah, we go Soul here, protect the Indeedee. The thing is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Rotom KOs my Indeedee with Thunderbolt, and then I get redirected for the Rock move. So that's why I don't want to go for the Follow Me here. Actually, I mint speed on my Indeedee, but I don't think I KO'd a Rotom here. Yeah, I don't think I KO'd a Rotom here. So I think Soul is always the right play here and just protect. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is always the right play. And next turn, I probably have to just protect Soul. It just depends on, can I have Sun Up? Because I think having Sun's going to be pretty important in the end game. Heat Wave is actually really good because I get to bypass the Ally Switch. I completely forgot Ally Switch is a thing on the Rotom, so that's something I should have considered here. Overheat's going to come out into the Indeedee slot. Okay, thankfully it wasn't the Charizard slot, and we're going to see Lightning. Okay, that's fair. I don't take a Rockfall, however, I'll definitely take a Lightning here. Okay. So this is not too bad. Okay. Gotta think about these upcoming turns though. The Wildfire Chip is adding. Thankfully, they didn't go for the Quake here. It's my best play to double out the Soul here. No, they have, well, they have Quake. They're gonna go for Quake, or are they? I just don't know. If they go for the Quake here, my best play is to go Charizard and Follow Me with Indeedee. If that's not the case, I just don't know if they're gonna go for Quake or Steel Spike here. I think just protect my Soul is always right. Or I could go hard into Groudon here. Hard into Groudon isn't that bad of an option either, actually, because I don't need health on Groudon to win the game. I just need Groudon around, right? So I think hard into Groudon makes a lot of sense to me, and go for the Follow Me. The reason I'm thinking about this play is because I am worried about the Quake boost on the Soul and not having Sun Up when Charizard is threatening their team. Because I think I need Sun Up, so I need to position Groudon in. And the thing is, if I stay with Soul, then it's kind of awkward, I think, the next turn. Because if I want to keep Soul, that means I have to swap into Groudon. Maybe this isn't the right call. I think this is, though. All right, here comes the Overheat. Indeedee goes down. Perfectly fine. Rotom is now at -2 special attack. This should be Quake or Electric. Steel Spike. Okay. Maybe they just want to boost up their Rotom. I think I'm okay with that, though. That really isn't that bad for me. Okay. That's actually probably better for me because the Soul should guarantee go down to Heat Wave in the sun, especially with the chip it's taken. All right. That's fine. We can go out in a Charizard here. Yeah, we want to go out in a Charizard. We want to protect here. And we want to go back into Soul because we want to Sun Up when the Trick Room's over so we can threaten the Heat Wave and prevent Trick Room from going up again. And I think at Rotom with the -2 special attack won't be able to KO my Charizard unless it gets a crit or para. And I really hope that's not the case. Hopefully. And we also have the Heat Wave. So this endgame's not exactly the most solid. However, it does give me the best odds of winning, I think, here. Yeah, no. I still think this is the best play. Unless I could have... I guess there was also another condition where I could have just attacked with Soul this upcoming turn. I was just really worried about a Quake, and then does Soul go down, and then I'm stuck with Charizard plus Groudon. But maybe looking back at it, that could have been a thing. I just like having Soul as another safety condition because Soul healthy could actually lead towards a backup for Calyx just in case. But I don't think it's going to be up to that. We're actually going to see... Ooh, Moltres revealed here. Okay. And the Solgaleo gonna come out. Charizard protects. Electric Terrain is up, which is really nice here. No Calyrex, actually. Wall charge into Charizard. No surprise here. Okay. That's really good for me, actually. Because I have the Electric Terrain to threaten the Moltres now. Or I guess I could also go back into Groudon and Heat Wave here. Because this Solgaleo probably... It doesn't have Protect. Yeah, like, it doesn't. So, I think Groudon's just a safe play in Heat Wave, actually. Assuming, A, Sucker Punch doesn't KO me for some reason from the Moltres. Don't be abandoned, Moltres. And I hit the Heat Wave. I just need to hit the Heat Wave on Soul, mainly. But I would like to hit both Heat Waves, because I think if I hit both Heat Waves, my Solgaleo endgame would be secured with Groudon. So, well, let's find out. We will... go for the Groudon switch to get the solar power back on the Charizard. Heat Wave's going to come out. We land both, which is really good here. We are able to KO the Solgaleo, so no more tricking for the rest of the game. Damage the Moltres, and it's actually perfect because we did not get that Moltres into Berserk range. Barely. So I think it's a Solvest Moltres. Fire Wrath is going to come out, which is cool. Does this knock out? Yeah, it doesn't knock out either Pokemon. Nice. And now this is looking pretty good for our endgame because I think we just targeted down the Rotom Heat slot. With Will-O-Wisp Ally Switch Thunderbolt Overheat, we saw its entire moveset, so we can just safely go for Ancient Power into a Rock Tomb here into that slot, and I think we'll be always safe here to win. Moltres can still have Sucker Punch, but as long as we get rid of Rotom Heat, I'm pretty sure that my Solgaleo just wins because we outspeed and KO. So yeah, let's just go for the Ancient Power here and a Rock Tomb into Rotom. Of course, if they Sucker Punch the Charizard, I do have to hit the Rock Tomb on the Moltres. Okay, they did go for the Sucker Punch in a Charizard. Hit the Rock Tomb, Groudon. Because if we don't, this is bad. Okay, we hit the Rock Tomb. That should KO the Rotom, hopefully. Perfect. Okay. And that is game. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Okay, they didn't bring Calyx Ice Rider, which kind of makes sense. I thought Calyx Ice Rider could have been a hard thing to deal with under Trick Room. But yeah, I don't think Crit Sucker Punch will KO my Solgaleo now. And I'm pretty sure that I can just Rock Tomb. And I definitely Rock Tomb Wall Charge. Wall Charge should always KO the Moltres here. So we go for the Rock Tomb, we go for the Wall Charge. If they did get the Berserk boost though, I guess that's something I didn't consider. If they got the Berserk boost, I think I would have lost both Pokemon here. So maybe it wasn't exactly as safe as I thought. Maybe Wall Charge and just draw off a Heat Wave and hope that Heat Wave just KO'd with the Life Orb was the better play. That might have been the better option. So looking back at it, it could have been a thing. I was like, okay, I don't know what this Moltres is though, but I do think it has to be bulky in order to live the Calyx Shadow Rider, take the attacks, because this team does not like Calyx Shadow Rider. Yeah, I also forgot it's also Solar Power Heat Wave from Zard, so that could have actually gone bad if they were able to get that berserk. Could have been crazy, but yeah, that's definitely something I should have considered, and definitely I think something I could have played around, I think, towards the late game. I'm pretty sure I also could have like saved Groudon healthy now that I think about it. Maybe switching out and hard into Groudon was a mistake, because having the Solgaleo rounds, like having the Groudon healthy, I think changed the fiery wrath pressure. Although Solgaleo was just nice because the wall charge could like one shot the Moltres because they gave me the electric terrain. So there are a few things that I had to look back and consider, but overall was able to get Charizard into a good sweeping position. As I mentioned before, that Charizard was a big threat. Even though the ally switch did set me back for a wild bit, I was able to still out Trick Room because of the NDD redirection and having like really bulky switch-ins with Solgaleo and Groudon, which have really good high physical defense that are able to take on the Solgaleo's attacks. Shadow Rider, Calyrex, Indeedee, Zacian, Gastrodon, Regieleki, and Whimsicott. Okay, Indeedee on this team, I think they usually carry like Rillaboom usually. All right. This is concerning, I think. I do like Groudon a lot here, though. Like, Groudon can really threaten a lot of heavy damage with Precipice Blade, so that's really positive here. Just that Calyrex Shadow Rider is going to be a massive threat I do have to worry about. And if it's triggering Whimsicott on this team for some reason, yeah, that could also be scary as well. I do really like my Whimsicott here for sure. Whimsicott does threaten quite a bit here. I don't know if I want to go with the Solgaleo or not. It really just depends. I want to go Groudon because Wildfire could break a sash on the Calyrex Shadow Rider if it is going to be the sash variant. So I do kind of like that as an option here. So I think I'm just going to lead Whimsicott Charizard, even though like I think it's very predictable and they can counter lead me with like Eleki and Calyrex. If they counter lead me with that, maybe it's better to go with the Soul here. Because I can't, well, I don't have Rockfall. But I think Soul is probably better in that case. Or Mimikyu, but I have no idea if they're bringing the Psychic Terrain or not, so that could be a thing. I think just Whimsicott, I guess Whimsicott plus Solgaleo is fine. A Groudon in the back with Charizard, I think, because all we need to do is break that sash on the Calyrex, or put in Blaze Range is more preferable. I would rather just put in Blaze Range, so I'll focus my efforts on that in exchange, and then Precipice Blades really goes in against their team. Let's find out what they're going to decide to go for here, though. As actually Charizard did outspeed Eleki under Tailwind, but yeah, Calyrex Shadow Rider plus Whimsicott lead. All right, so we lead our Solgaleo plus our Whimsicott right here against their Whimsicott Calyrex. This is kind of a weird lead here. I think we're fine for the most part. I just don't know if it's going to be a switcheroo on their Whimsicott. I think we go for a, well, is it switcheroo? That's what I'm most concerned about. I do want a Tailwind up because I don't want them to have Taunt and screw me over. I think it's Dynamax here, I'm pretty sure, and go for the Quake. I'm just going to go for it. I think it's okay. If they go for their Tailwind, we're fine. If they go for the Taunt Speed Tie, we're also okay here. If they go for Wisp, we should be all right as well, because I think we do put them in the Precipice Blades range, and then we just focus down the other Pokemon for it. We got to KO their Whimsicott for sure. I do want the special defense boost because maybe we'll live 2 Astral Barrages. They don't Dynamax their Calyrex, which is perfect. We see Helping Hand come out. Okay, so it's not Tailwind on their side. That's fine. So we are able to get the Max Quake off before their Calyrex attacks. I actually don't know if this is going to help us because I think it depends on the Calyrex that heavily. Here comes a Max Quake here into their Calyrex slot. How much damage do we do? Good amounts. If this is Specs Calyrex, we definitely preferred not going first here. Maybe it was better to throw off a Moonblast, but I don't know if it was eject button. Astral Barrage is going to come out. 100% Specs on that. Okay. So I'm okay with that, I think. Oh, it depends heavily on their Whimsicott set. We do get the Policy boost. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay. Kind of similar. We definitely want to go for a Moonblast here, I think, in the Whimsicott, and we want to go for the Protect with our Solgaleo. The fact that it's Life Orb on the Calyrex makes this harder. All right, Protect our Solgaleo here. We're going to see a Tailwind come out from their side, probably just expanding our Astral Barrage once again. It just did so much. That Astral Barrage really does a ton of damage to me. All right. Here comes another one into my Whimsicott, which is going to pick up a knockout. I do get in my Groudon here, though. And is the Calyrex is not in range of Bulldoze, right? Oh, maybe it is. If it's in range of Bodos, I would love to go for the Bodos right here because I outspeed the Whimsicott. Also, if this is Switcheroo Whimsicott, I just lose, or Cotton Spore even. If it's one of those options, I just lose to them clicking it. So that's not exactly great here, but yeah, we are going to go for Precipice Blades and we're going to go for Steel Spike. Let's find out. Let's just find out because I don't know. They go for Helping Hand. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, we got a Precipice Blades off. Please hit both. Nice. Okay. Precipice Blades will come out. The Choice Scarf Groudon coming in clutch. Knock out the Calyx. What item is your Whimsicott? Is it Sash? Because the Calyx is not Sash. Or is it Eject Button? It's not Eject Button. Okay, perfect. We are able to get the Steel Spike off into the Whimsicott. So Whimsicott does go down. And awesome. Even though we don't have Dynamax options, there should be a Zacian in the back. And then their last Pokemon has to really carry it for them. Dynamax wise, and I don't know if they had like a really solid Pokemon that could carry it Dynamax wise. I'm trying to think. It's like you have Indeedee, you have Regieleki, which yeah, I mean Groudon kind of goes in against, so yeah, we're good here. Oh, it is Gastrodon and Eleki. Huh, that is not what I anticipated. So you're Dynamaxing the Gastrodon here then, most likely. Ooh, all right. Not what I would expect here. I'm just gonna throw off a Precipice Blades and what do I do with you? I think it's Dynamax Gastrodon, but I can't really damage it. I guess I'm just gonna Sunsteel Strike. I think we might live one Eleki attack if it's, well, we know it's not Life Orb. I don't know if it's Magnet here. Yeah, we're just gonna throw off a Blades here and a Sunsteel Strike. Interesting to see no Zacian in this matchup, but I guess they were super scared. I guess Zacian like always gets threatened by these Pokemon, whether it's the Max Attack, the Groudon, or the Charizard. So I guess that does make sense here. This Gastrodon, oh boy, is Gastrodon Dynamax going to be the end of me because I didn't bring exactly the powerhouses. But here's the thing, Gastrodon Dynamax isn't exactly the strongest Pokemon, and it probably doesn't even knock out my Groudon with Hailstorm. Really? Out of any Pokemon they chose to Dynamax is the Eleki? Is this Max Guard or is this an attack in the Soul? Okay, they lightning my Soul, which means I can't get Yawned, which is big. That's a really interesting choice to Dynamax. Okay, Soul goes down. Are you Life Orb? No. Precipice Blades, huge amounts of damage down to KO. I guess I should have protected, but I didn't expect that. Yeah, they went for Yawn. Hey, what? Oh no, that was never to play. That was never to play. That's never to play. That is 100% never to play here. Okay, I go out on a Charizard here. I threaten Precipice Blades here, plus Air Slashing to the Gastrodon, and yeah, we should be fine here because the Eleki can't go for, I mean, what can it do? Max Strike here, but yeah, if they lightning, they lose the Eleki. I have a Groudon, and as long as I hit my moves, I should be fine. That's if I hit my moves, though. We're gonna see Max Lightning. I was covering in case they did go for the Max Guard play, and the Gastrodon tried to do something like get some chip into Groudon. So I think it's fine to lose Charizard at the end of the day. We might have actually just went down to the combination of Solar Power plus the Max Lightning to protect. That's just how strong Eleki is. We are able to eliminate the Eleki. We did hit the Gastrodon. We just got to hit one more Groudon. This is the thing about Groudon. We have to hit one more. Earth Power. No Ice move? Or are they going for a special defense drop? Okay. We got to hit the next one. Or I guess if they can't KO me, then I just got to hit one more. One out of two, I suppose. Yeah, we just got to hit the one. We just got to hit one. All right, Groudon. Do we hit? They protect to get more leftovers recovery. That makes sense. They're also probably trying to stall out the electric terrain. One of their win cons. I guess if they get like, how many protects do they need? No, they need a lot of protects, right? I'm pretty sure they need 2 more protects to stall out electric terrain. Which means they would need to get triple protect, dodge, and then get yawn off. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought for, okay, no, my Groudon had the steel spike boost, and I was like, how did the Gastrodon get a steel spike boost? And I'm like, no. Okay, that's 1. Okay, the Earth Powered. We should live. Okay. Sunlight phase doesn't change anything. I'm pretty sure that the Gastrodon will still go down because it's a single target blaze, but oh boy, Groudon, are you gonna let me down again? It's just really interesting seeing the Dynamax, I think, Eleki over Dynamax Groudon. Or maybe they were scared my Charizard had Overgrow. Maybe they were scared of Overgrow and they were like, okay, I need to Dynamax the... Wait, no, I already Dynamaxed my Soul. I guess... I don't know what the Eliki set was, though. Maybe it's Assault Vest. I have seen some Assault Vest Elikis. Didn't work. Okay, we cannot afford... Because even though Earth Power looks like it's a roll, I don't know if you actually have Ice Beam or you could go for the Yawn. Okay. Should KO. Should KO. Single target. Yeah. It's kind of crazy because this end game, I'm like, what just happened? All right. No Zacian, which actually kind of benefited them. Unless the Eliki... If the Eliki had a way to change the speed like Hyper Beam, it could have... Like, I still think that it could have been a threat in the end game, especially because that Zacian Behemoth Blade would have done a lot to the Groudon, and a double up would definitely knock out the Groudon. So interesting decision. I just think to Dynamax the Eliki. Maybe they were just really scared of Charizard because maybe they were like, okay, if Eliki goes down to Precipice Blaze, which I'm assuming it probably does. I don't think it's going to be Sash Eliki at that point. I think it's probably Sash on the Whimsicott. Then if the Eliki goes down, if the Charizard has a grass move, then it wins, specifically Solar Beam. Or maybe they were just worried about something else. But also, like, did the Gastrodon not have an ice move? Because I think Ice Beam definitely does more, unless it's the Icy Wind variant. But they could have changed the weather if they Dynamax the Gastrodon. But I'm just glad they didn't Dynamax the Gastrodon. Thankfully, the Eliki Dynamax and just to make Groudon's job so much easier. And all we had to do was hit the blades, which is easier said than done. But we did accomplish it in this game. Lilligant, Groudon, Calyx, Shadowrider, Zapdos, Tornadus, and Entity. Alright, the choice specs Calyx, Shadowrider with Max Guard, the Focus Sash, Lilligant, Tailwind, Torn, Eject Button, Entity. I played this team actually quite a few times. Let me figure it out. The Groudon is decently slow on this team. I don't know if this team has a good matchup though, because I mean, we do have Tailwind on our side, I guess, which could help out quite a bit here. Yeah, and we do have like a way to get Trick Room up, I suppose. Like we could guarantee the Trick Room here with Mimikyu potentially. I don't know if I really like Trick Room though, because I really like the Charizard's damage output against their team. I think Whimsicott's pretty good here. I want to say it's Whimsicott plus Charizard here damage wise. Yeah, I want to say it's going to be that. And then in the back, I'm thinking the Groudon here for sure. I just don't know if I'm bringing Sola here because Sola is kind of an awkward Pokemon. It doesn't really do well against like my opponent's entire team. I think Mimikyu is okay though, because I think a Mimikyu with like Shadow Sneak here could actually put in a ton of work against my opponent, especially if I'm able to get Wildfire Chip and lower that Calyx's HP or Shadow Sneak range. That would be really nice here. And Trick Room could be a game plan that I can aim for right here. So let's find out what they're going to decide on Brain, because Zapdos I'm a little bit scared of. Life Orb Zapdos just does so much damage. They have quite a few options right here. Let's just find out. I'm just worried about the Calyx, because if I like Calyx into a bad position, if I play bad against the Calyx, it's just going to be a wipe, because Calyx is just going to destroy my entire team with Astral Barrage, especially if it gets one boost. So I gotta watch out for that. We're gonna see the Lilligant plus the Charizard immediately. Okay. As I lead my Charizard and my Whimsicott. Okay, this isn't a bad lead for me at all. I think this turn I could probably go for a Moonblast into their Lilligant. Yeah, I think Moonblast and the Lilligant's pretty safe here. I don't know if this is Sleep Powder or not. I think Mimikyu is actually a good play here. Yeah, I like Mimikyu a lot here as a play. Yeah, because I think I want to stall out. It's either Mimikyu or it's Groudon. Or I could max guard here, but I really would like offensive turns with my Charizard. So I think my best play is to go out into Mimikyu here. Yeah, I'm going to go out into Mimikyu here. Because this could be a maximum to Groudon potentially. And the Sleep Powder, I don't know what this Groudon set is. If it's Assault Vest, it's just going to take the Wildfire way too well. So I think I'd rather just hard swap my Charizard here, go into Mimikyu because it does have the safety goggles, and then break the Sash on the Lilligant, which I think is huge. And yeah, they do Dynamax right away, which is perfect. Okay. So they Dynamax the Groudon right away. If they do start sending a max Quake Boost, it's going to be a little bit annoying. However, I think we should be all right. Unless they double my Whimsicott slot, if they expected a Protect. That could also be a play here. That would be kind of terrifying. Let's find out if that's going to be the case. We're going to see Helping Hand come out from the Groudon. What? I mean, I guess if they think I'm Charty Berry, that covers the Charty Berry, I suppose. Moonblast into the Lilligant. Nice bit of HP. Here comes a Rockfall into my Mimikyu. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I do stall out one turn of the max successfully, which is really good here. Okay. Ooh, if I had Wisp here, that would be so nice. If I had Wisp here, it would be so nice. Okay. Let's figure out this position coming up. My Mimikyu, how fast is this Mimikyu actually? Am I faster than Lilligant? No, I didn't think I was. Oh yeah, I just didn't take the I didn't take the sand chip because I had goggles, right? All right. I definitely want a Tailwind here, I think. Or I could just fire for Moonblast as well. That's not a bad play either. I'm just trying to figure out like what are the benefits and what are the downsides to each attack right here. I think Tailwind just gives me better momentum in general. Yeah, because if they have Torn in the back, this is probably better. So I'll go for a Tailwind here, and I think I'm going to go for a Play Rough into their Lilligant slot. Let's find out whether or not they're going to protect. Looks like no protect. Okay, awesome. So if we hit the Play Rough, we should KO the slot here. Oh, come on. Sleep Powder into the goggles. This is probably a KO into the Whimsicott slot. They do go for the Max Flare. Excellent. All right. So this is probably okay. It's not the best situation out there. However, oh, it's not fantastic either. Okay. Let me think. I need to go back into Charizard, and I think I'm forced to Max Guard, unfortunately, in this position. I could also go Groudon, but the thing is, I won't have the Sun either, which is going to be pretty bad. So, not exactly the best. I'm going to go for the Max Guard here. I'm going to actually go Taunt the... I think I Play Rough. No. I want to Taunt or do I want to Play Rough? No, because I don't want to... Actually, no. It should be fine if Torn comes in. Yeah, it's fine if Torn comes in. I think they're going to take the knockout Mimikyu, but I just can't afford Charizard going down here. Like, if I let Charizard go down here, it just is game over. And I think if I lose Mimikyu, it might not be too bad. Wildfire and the Sun is still a really strong option into the Groudon. It might be able to pick up the KO. We'll find out, though. All right. Dynamax Charizard on deck. We're going to see a Helping Hand come out. I don't know if this is Rockfall or if this is going to be a turret into the Mimikyu slot. We will go for the Max Guard right here. We are going to see a Play Rough come out, and we do land on the Lilligant. Okay, so Lilligant does go down here. All right, goodbye. Let's see. Are you quaking? Oh, they expected me to double into Solgaleo. That's a hard read. That is a hard read. I was like, wait, what did they do? They max quaked into my Charizard because they expected me to... Oh, they have Indie. Oh, that should be fine as long as it's not Stone Edge Charizard. If it's Stone Edge Groudon. Oh boy, if it's Stone Edge Groudon though, that is kind of awkward. I wish I had a way to change terrain too, because having a way to change terrain would be fantastic right here. We do go for the Wildfire and into the Indie. And I guess we go for a Play Rough here. Yeah, we go for a Play Rough here into the Groudon because we could get an attack drop. Yeah, they're just going to follow me. Probably go for that Rock move. I don't know if this is Stone Edge or Rock Slide. If it's Rock Slide, we're fine. But a lot of them have been carrying Stone Edge lately. We do get a Wildfire off into the Indie. So the Indie should go down. Yep, Indie just drops here. Get that Wildfire chip, which is really crucial. We really need to live the turn with our Charizard. So it's either a Stone Edge miss or it's just Rock Slide, which we should live, or a Play Rough attack drop. Okay, Rock Slide's fine. Unless you crit. Are you kidding me? Oh no, I don't think this is Banded Groudon. I don't think it is. Are you kidding me? Why? Charizard lived a turn. Calyx is in the back. I have Tailwind. I can kill the Calyx. It's just to win the game. Oh. I do have Tailwind, right? I mean, even if I didn't have Tailwind, the extra turn of Wildfire could have been the difference between me KOing the Calyx or not with Blades. Yeah, and unfortunately, since we're min speed Mimikyu, we're not outspeeding the Calyx under the Tailwind. What do I go for? I guess I go for Precipice Blades crit. I think I have to, right? Yeah, I have to. Oh, come on. Why'd you have to crit me? Blade's gonna come out. If this is wildfire, okay, so the wildfire chip wouldn't have done the difference. Yeah, Astral Barrage. This is specs. This should just KO me. I think it should KO Groudon. Oh, it doesn't actually. Is that not spec? No, it should be specs. It just does so much damage. If they miss an attack, they fire punch, didn't they? I gotta hit both. This is not a celebration yet. I gotta hit both. Oh my. Tailwind Peter's out. I'm Scarf Groudon though, so unless the Calyx is best. Okay. Please? Yeah, and they're not banded Groudon, so yeah, the Rock Slide crit didn't matter. And we hit both blades. Scarf Groudon. So clutch. Oh my. I can't right now. I can't. Oh man. Also, I just realized I misplayed. I should have wildfired a Groudon because I know that the Groudon doesn't have Protect, at least from my previous experiences of playing against this team. Because I probably played this team like 4 different times. And then there's like also like, yeah, if they go for Helping Hand Rock Slide, I'm screwed. So yeah, I just wildfired a Groudon just in case. So that was a misplay. I think I targeted Indeedee. I should have always targeted down the Groudon, but yeah. Oh, that endgame's kind of justice. 1 Precipice Blades miss for 1 crit. I think that's pretty fair. I think I had a pretty good positioning for the most part too. I was able to waste out their Dynamax. They didn't go for any Max Quakes, which I found surprising. I think in the long term, yeah, I think that Charizard would have just been able to threat. I didn't think they would not bring Torn in that match though. Like no Zapdos and no Torn, which was really interesting to me. I guess having the Psychic Terrain to protect the Calyx Shadow Rider from Shadow Sneak was really important to them, as well as the redirection, I guess. And oh, I just can't believe that game actually, like how it happened. And that is the show. Choice Scarf Groudon really just doing a lot of work right there. And we know about Choice Scarf Kyogre, but Choice Scarf Groudon, ground typing, so it's immune to Electro Web, can still provide a lot of speed and power. Precipice Blades, so not really a lot switches into the format that isn't a flying type, really does so much damage, and extra speed control with Bulldoze and Rock Tomb to really help out the Solgaleo and Charizard really dish out the damage on itself, or it could be used in the late game to clean up. But yeah, fantastic team. If you do want to try it out, make sure you try it out with the rental code on your screen. If you want to know the details and check out Aaron's team report as well in his channel, go check it out. Linked in the description down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. Really does help me out. Check out the rest of my Series 12 content where I use a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. And I hope you have a great day. Until we battle again, I'll see y'all later.